What if the life you're living right now is only 10% of what you're truly capable of? What if all the potential, passion, and power inside you is being smothered? Not by failure, but by comfort. See, comfort feels good. It feels safe, but it's a trap. It lulls you into routines that numb your ambition. It convinces you that survival is enough, even when your soul is screaming for more. The truth is, your comfort zone is not your friend. It's a cage, a silent, invisible cage that shrinks your dreams and slowly erodes your confidence. And the longer you stay in it, the more you forget who you really are. Because every day you choose comfort over growth. You trade potential for security. You give up greatness for familiarity. In this video, we're going to expose the real cost of staying in your comfort zone. We'll break down the psychology behind why you stay stuck, the invisible ways it kills your momentum, and most importantly, how to break free and reclaim your potential. This isn't about motivation, it's about truth, and it starts now. Number 1, why we stay stuck. We stay stuck in our comfort zones, not because we're lazy, but because we're wired for survival, not growth. Our brains are biologically designed to seek safety, predictability, and control. Stepping outside of that into uncertainty, risk, or discomfort activates a primal fear response. It's not just fear of physical danger anymore, it's fear of failure, fear of judgment, and fear of who we might become if we actually tried and didn't make it. That fear whispers in the back of your mind every time you think about quitting a soul-sucking job, starting the business you've dreamed of, or finally having that difficult but necessary conversation. It tells you, now isn't the right time, or what if you mess it all up? And so you stay. You stay in jobs you hate because at least they pay the bills. You stay silent in relationships because at least things aren't that bad. You scroll, binge, and distract yourself instead of building something that actually matters, because that familiar discomfort feels safer than the unknown. The truth is, comfort creates the illusion of control. When you know what to expect, you feel like you're managing life. But managing is not the same as living. Control might keep the chaos at bay, but it also keeps possibility out. When you always play it safe, you don't just avoid pain, you avoid progress. You never launch the podcast. You never write the book. You never speak your truth. You tell yourself you're waiting for the right time, but deep down you know you're afraid. Not just of failing, but of becoming someone unrecognizable. Growth threatens your current identity. If you've always been the quiet one, or the responsible one, then daring to be bold, creative, or disruptive feels like betrayal. So you shrink to fit the mold that's always felt safe. But safety comes with a cost, one that's invisible at first. That cost is stagnation. The longer you stay in your comfort zone, the more your confidence erodes, your dreams dull, and your self-trust fades. You begin to doubt yourself, question your desires, and settle for a life that feels fine on the outside, but deeply unfulfilling inside. That's the real danger, because comfort tells you you're okay, but deep down you know you were meant for more. You can feel it in your gut, in those quiet, restless moments when no one's watching. You weren't born to coast, you were born to climb, to stretch, to fail, to rise, and to grow into the version of yourself that your comfort zone will never let you meet. Number 2, the illusion of safety. The comfort zone is seductive because it wears the mask of safety. It convinces you that if you just stay where you are, keep the same job, avoid risk, maintain the routine, you'll be okay. But this is one of the greatest lies we're ever sold. Because the truth is, the real risk isn't in stepping out of your comfort zone. It's in staying inside it for too long. Every day you delay the leap you know you need to take. You're not protecting yourself. You're slowly decaying your potential. Comfort isn't neutral. It's a slow decline. Think of your potential like a muscle. If you don't stretch it, challenge it, tear and rebuild it, it atrophies. The same goes for your dreams. Leave them sitting too long, and they begin to rust. The shine fades, the passion dims. The vision blurs until you start to convince yourself. Maybe it wasn't that important after all. That's not safety. That's silent surrender. We often associate danger with the unknown. But what if the true danger lies in staying known for too long? Think about the talented artist who never shares their work because it might get rejected. The brilliant mind who never starts the business because it might fail. Or the person who stays in the wrong relationship for years simply because it's familiar. These aren't stories of safety. They're stories of slow, quiet regret. Time passes. The world moves on. Opportunities vanish, and confidence, once sharp and ready, softens under the weight of inaction. On the flip side, look at those who took the leap. Sarah Blakely, founder of Spanx, started with no experience in fashion and a $5,000 savings account. She stepped into the unknown and built a billion-dollar company. She didn't wait for safety. She created something through risk. Or consider someone like Colonel Sanders, who started KFC in his 60s after facing rejection over 1,000 times. Was it risky? Absolutely. But the bigger risk would have been giving up and settling quietly into a story of it's too late. What these stories show us is simple. The illusion of safety is far more dangerous than failure. Failure teaches. Failure builds resilience. But the comfort zone teaches you nothing. It keeps you small. It keeps you stuck. And worst of all, it convinces you that stuck is good enough. You begin to accept the slow suffocation of your own growth because it's painless, and painless feels safe, until you wake up one day with a mountain of what-ifs, wondering where all that time went and why your fire feels so faint. So no, your comfort zone isn't protecting you. It's pacifying you. It's numbing the very parts of you designed for greatness. And if you stay too long, you don't just lose opportunities, you start to lose yourself. Growth will always feel risky, but so is standing still. And only one of those risks gives you your life back. Number 3, how the comfort zone shrinks your identity. Your identity, who you believe you are, is not fixed. It's shaped daily by your actions, your habits, and the limits you choose to either accept or challenge. And here's where it gets uncomfortable. The comfort zone doesn't just keep you safe, it rewires your brain to keep you small. Neuroscience shows us that the brain thrives on efficiency. It prefers familiar patterns because they require less energy. So when you repeat the same routines, avoid new challenges, and stay emotionally and physically safe, your brain rewards you with a sense of stability. But here's the hidden cost. You're not just avoiding risk, you're reinforcing who you currently are, not who you could become. Every day you stay inside the bounds of what feels comfortable. Your brain locks in those patterns a little deeper. You teach yourself to expect less, to try less, to be less. Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about how thoughts become habits, habits become behaviors, and behaviors become personality. Your comfort zone traps you in that loop. You become addicted to certainty and allergic to change. And once you identify as someone who doesn't like public speaking, or isn't a risk taker, or just wants a quiet life, you stop testing the edges of your ability. You shrink not just your actions, but your belief in what's possible for you. Over time, your courage atrophies. The version of you that once dreamed big becomes buried under excuses dressed up as logic. Now's not the right time. Maybe I'm not cut out for that. Some people are just wired differently. But what if the only difference between you and someone who's thriving is that they got uncomfortable long enough to build a new identity? David Goggins, a former Navy SEAL and ultra-endurance athlete, is a living example of this truth. He was once an overweight, insecure pest control worker with a broken self-image. But he made a decision to do hard things every day, to suffer intentionally, to step into discomfort so often that it became a new normal. His identity didn't shift overnight. It evolved because his daily actions said, "I'm not that guy anymore." Every brutal workout, every painful mile, every voice telling him to quit. He used those as bricks to build a new self-image. He didn't just grow stronger, he became someone else. And it all started with doing what most people won't. Stepping far outside the comfort zone and staying there. Carol Dweck, the pioneer of the growth mindset, explains that people who believe they can grow actually do. Not because they're smarter or luckier, but because they're willing to challenge themselves. They see failure as feedback, not proof of inadequacy. They understand that their identity isn't fixed, it's flexible. And the more they lean into challenges, the more they reshape who they are at the core. You can't develop confidence by reading about it. You gain confidence by doing things that scare you, again and again, until your nervous system learns a new baseline. That's why discomfort is essential. It literally updates your sense of self. Whether it's forcing yourself to speak in public, plunging into an icy cold shower, starting a side hustle with zero safety net, or pushing your physical limits in the gym. These moments are not about achievement. They're about identity. Every time you face resistance and move forward anyway, you teach yourself something profound. I am the kind of person who grows, and the more you repeat that message through action, the truer it becomes. Conversely, every time you choose comfort, you vote against the person you want to become. You reinforce the idea that you can't handle more, that you're not ready, that someday is good enough. But someday is a lie. The only way to shift your identity is through action. Uncomfortable, uncertain, often scary action. Your comfort zone may feel like a warm blanket, but it's a thief in disguise. It steals your confidence, your courage, and your character. But the good news? You can take them back, one uncomfortable step at a time. Number 4, signs you're trapped in your comfort zone. One of the most dangerous parts of the comfort zone is how invisible it becomes. You're not always aware you're trapped, because the signs don't scream. They whisper. They show up as boredom that you brush off, as just being tired, as procrastination that you call waiting for the right time, as perfectionism that disguises itself as high standards, when in reality it's just fear of failure. Jealousy and envy creep in too, not because others have something you truly can't, but because deep down you know you've been holding yourself back. You see someone else chasing their dream, starting a business, or stepping into a new chapter of life, and you feel a pang, not of resentment, but of regret. That's not about them. That's your unrealized potential knocking on your door. Internally, the comfort zone sounds like a voice that says, don't risk it. What if you fail? What will people think? It convinces you that you're being smart or strategic when really, you're just afraid. The brain is a master at rationalization. It will always find a way to justify staying safe. You'll say, it's not the right time, or I need more information, or maybe next year. But the truth is, those are elegant lies. Delay is a decision. Overthinking is just fear with a strategy. Every time you wait, every time you aim for perfection before action, you are voting to stay small. And staying small slowly becomes who you are. Externally, your patterns reveal everything. Do you scroll for hours instead of creating something meaningful? Do you say yes to things you don't want to do, just to avoid rocking the boat? Do you start projects and never finish them? These aren't random habits. They're coping mechanisms to avoid discomfort. Even emotional numbness, feeling like you're just going through the motions, is a sign. It's your spirit telling you it's time to stretch. Because humans aren't meant to stagnate. We're wired for growth, challenge, and becoming. So the question is simple, but confronting. Where in your life are you playing small? Where are you choosing comfort over courage, silence over truth, convenience over change? Radical self-honesty is uncomfortable, but it's the only path to freedom. The good news, awareness is the beginning of change. When you recognize these signs for what they are, fear in disguise, you take your power back. You no longer need to wait for rock bottom or a life crisis to break free. You can choose to get uncomfortable on purpose. Because on the other side of discomfort is everything you've been waiting for. Growth, power, purpose, and the version of you that's been buried under safety. Number 5, the cost of staying comfortable. We rarely think about it in the moment, but every time we choose comfort over courage, we are quietly accumulating a debt called regret. And unlike discomfort, regret doesn't fade with time, it deepens. Discomfort is fleeting, it stings for a moment, maybe a season. But regret lingers. It haunts. It echoes in the empty spaces of dreams deferred and potential never tapped. And what's worse, it's avoidable. A study from Harvard found that the most common regrets people have late in life are not about things they did, but the things they didn't do. The risks they didn't take, the words they didn't say, the life they never built because they were too busy maintaining the one that felt safe. Bronnie Ware, a palliative care nurse who spent years with people on their deathbeds, documented their most common end-of-life regret. I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Think about that. People don't lie there at the end wishing they had played it safer. They wish they had broken out sooner. The cost of comfort shows up in so many hidden ways. It's the musician who never shared their songs because they feared judgment. It's the entrepreneur who never launched because they were afraid of failing in public. It's the parent who modeled playing small, passing down fear instead of freedom. We often tell ourselves we're making smart choices by sticking to what's familiar, but deep down we know we're hiding. Every year we delay, every passion we ignore, every truth we silence, it chips away at something vital inside us, not all at once, but slowly, subtly, until one day you wake up and realize the life you're living isn't the one you dreamed of, it's the one you settled for. And that realization doesn't come with fireworks. It comes with a quiet ache, a whisper of what if that grows louder with time. Missed opportunities don't just vanish, they transform into stories we replay in our minds. That time you could have spoken up, but didn't. That chance to move across the country, start over, chase something wild, but fear held you back. These moments calcify into self-doubt, and the longer we stay comfortable, the harder it becomes to believe we're capable of more. That's the irony of the comfort zone. It starts as a place of safety, but over time, it erodes your confidence. Because when you don't test yourself, you stop trusting yourself. When you avoid the fire, you forget that you're fireproof. Let me tell you something hard, but freeing. Your potential does not come with a guarantee. Just because you have talent doesn't mean it will blossom. Just because you have a dream doesn't mean it will wait. You have to fight for your growth. You have to be willing to stretch, fall, rebuild, and step into rooms where you feel like an imposter. Because that's where the real growth happens. Not in the ease, but in the edge. Discomfort is the tuition you pay for transformation. Yes, it's hard, but it passes. The pain of failure fades. The awkwardness of trying something new dissolves. The sting of rejection softens. But regret, real regret, doesn't. It grows heavier with time. You carry it in your posture, your choices, your unlived potential. So the next time you're faced with a choice to stay where it's comfortable or to stretch into the unknown, remember this: discomfort is temporary. Regret is forever. You can recover from a risk that didn't work out, but you cannot reclaim the years lost to fear. The comfort zone is a liar. Don't let it steal your life. Number 6, how to escape your comfort zone. Escaping your comfort zone isn't about quitting your job tomorrow, moving to a new country, or jumping out of a plane, although it could be. It's not about reckless leaps. It's about deliberate, daily steps into micro-discomfort. Small, intentional moments where you choose courage over convenience. The way out starts with building a new relationship with discomfort. Start a conversation you've been avoiding. Sign up for that class you feel unqualified for. Post your work online, even when it's imperfect. The key is to face small fears consistently. Each time you do, you send a new signal to your brain. I can handle this. I don't need to run. Discomfort becomes less threatening and more familiar. Fear, when reframed, becomes fuel. Instead of seeing it as a stop sign, treat it like a green light. The fear you feel before speaking up in a meeting or saying yes to a challenge is not proof that you're failing. It's proof that you're stretching. That uncomfortable flutter in your chest. That's the threshold of growth. When you stop interpreting fear as danger and start seeing it as direction, everything changes. You begin to chase it, not avoid it. Fear points to the edge of your current identity. Beyond it is who you're becoming. A powerful way to push yourself is by setting scary but doable goals that excite you and terrify you, just enough to demand your best. They shouldn't feel impossible, but they also shouldn't feel safe. Want to start a podcast? Set a goal to record 3 episodes by the end of the month, even if no one hears them. Want to get fit? Sign up for that 5K or fitness challenge, even if you've never run a mile. The goal isn't perfection, it's movement. It's proving to yourself that you're the kind of person who acts, not just plans. Because courage compounds. Every bold move you make becomes a brick in the foundation of a stronger self-image. And here's the truth: you cannot do this alone. Growth thrives in environments that support it. If your current circle celebrates comfort and scoffs at change, it's time to reevaluate. Surround yourself with people who stretch themselves, who think big, who take risks. Get around energy that challenges you to rise. Accountability accelerates transformation. Whether it's a mentor, a mastermind group, or a friend who won't let you settle. Bring others into your journey. Make your goals public. Create pressure. Comfort loves isolation. Growth needs exposure. Also, start tracking identity-based progress. Most people track only results. How much money they made, how many pounds they lost, how many followers they gained. But those are lagging indicators. Real transformation happens when you track how you're showing up. Did you act with courage today? Did you speak your truth? Did you challenge your routine? Did you honor your future self? These are the metrics that shape identity. Because success isn't about what you achieve. It's about who you become in the process. And who you become is built on how often you choose the hard path when the easy one is available. You won't fall in love with discomfort right away. At first, it feels unnatural, like wearing shoes that don't fit. But with repetition, discomfort becomes familiar. And eventually, addictive. Not in a reckless way, but in a grounded, powerful sense of clarity. This is where I grow. This is where I expand. When you start to crave that feeling, not because it's easy, but because it means you're evolving, you become unstoppable. You no longer fear challenges. You seek them. You build a life that constantly upgrades your identity, not just your lifestyle. So here's the final call. Run toward resistance. That's where your next level lives. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for fear to disappear. It won't. Don't wait to feel ready. You won't. Start now, right here, with whatever scares you the most. Face it, own it, and walk straight through it. Because the version of you that you've always wanted to be, they're already on the other side, waiting. All you have to do is break out of the comfort zone and never go back. The truth is this: your comfort zone is not safety. It's a slow death of your dreams. It's the quiet place where potential goes to sleep and sometimes never wakes up. It pretends to protect you, but really, it just delays the life you were meant to live. Every moment spent playing small, avoiding risk, or numbing out is a trade of your future for your familiar. But here's the power you often forget. You get to choose. You can choose discomfort on purpose. You can choose to stretch instead of shrink. You can rewrite your future, not by waiting for some perfect moment, but by doing one brave thing today. Growth doesn't start when you feel ready. It starts the moment you decide that comfort is no longer your compass. The life you want is not waiting inside your comfort zone. It's out there in the unfamiliar, the awkward, the challenging, the wild, and you are capable of far more than you think. So take a moment now, right now, and ask yourself, where am I going to break free? What's the one move I've been avoiding that I'm finally ready to make? Drop it in the comments. Say it out loud. Declare it. Because when you speak your fear, you take its power. If this resonated with you, if you're ready to stop shrinking and start rising, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs a reminder of their strength. And if you want to go even deeper, watch our next video, the 3 types of fear that secretly control your life, or how to become unstoppable. Even if you doubt yourself, this isn't just a video, it's your turning point. Let's get uncomfortable on purpose.